Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard, and it is a throwback 2015 celebrity special episode of the show. There are some actors who are lucky to bag endorsement deals right from their first film, and there are a few who take a while to get those. Kangana Ranaut signed on brands early. It's not just Bollywood stars. YouTube sensation Lily Singh, popularly known as Superwoman, has not done badly either. We spoke to these two amazing women on the role brands play in their lives. You are the most bankable actor as far as films is concerned. How bankable are you for brands?
Well, I can't really give you any data on that because this is something which I've just started, and in the past also brands have always been something that I could connect through with people as I do with films. So for me it's no different approach. I don't have a different agendas through brands because I'm not a salesperson, right? I try and connect through stories. I try and connect through things that contribute to everyone's lives, and if I identify with that, then I take up that brand.
Can you describe a typical day? What is the method to the madness? Because I'm sure a lot of work goes in, especially now that you are a big star. You have scripts, you have videos, you have to edit, then you have to talk to brands because there's a lot of branded content that you do. So can you take me through that process?
So it involves no sleep and no eating, that's for sure, and many energy drinks. No, I wake up, and the great thing about my job is that every day is different. I wouldn't be able to tell you like, oh, on a daily basis I do this, because it's always changing. So I mean, things that I do are, okay, so I write scripts for my videos, I record my videos, I edit my videos. I spend a lot of time figuring out marketing. Like a huge part of my job is how do people see my content. So whether it's seeing what other creators are doing or what new things I can do, exploring social media. I'm a really big nerd. I read a lot of articles about social media. I have a lot of conference calls, a lot of meetings. And really just, it's such a new, unconventional job. So everything I do is very like, just exploring it more. What else can I do? What else is out there? And just seeking opportunities is a big part of my job, yeah.
So what has the marketing strategy been for brand Superwoman?
For me personally, I'm not an expert. I'm just guessing as I go, making it up, to be honest. My brand strategy is, it's quite sentimental actually. It's probably the worst business strategy, but in terms of my soul, it's good. It's always do things because you enjoy doing them, and if you don't enjoy doing something, do not do it, because it'll never be authentic. And I guess that does relate to business because people can see when something's not authentic and it doesn't do as well. It is to be family friendly. I'm family friendly by nature. I don't swear in my videos. I don't swear in real life either.
Up next, we have two filmmakers. One from our very own ad fraternity, R. Balki, who has made successful films such as Chini Kam and Pa, and the other who has delivered one commercial success after the other since he wore the director's hat, Karan Johar. These two conversations on Storyboard trace their creative thought process when they direct films.
This is your third film. So what led to what? Did your advertising career influence you to get into films, or did you always want to be a filmmaker and this was just easier to break into first?
Yeah, I actually was actually clueless what to do, and I always wanted to make films. I went to the Madras Film Institute at that point from Bangalore. I was living in Bangalore. I went to the Chennai Film Institute. I didn't like that institute. I didn't like the people who interviewed me. Strangely, I don't know why at that point of time. And I went and studied something else, computers actually. But one day an ad came in the papers which said, "Tell me who you are," or something like that. And there was a logo of Mudra there. And I didn't know there was an advertising. There was an entity called an advertising agency. I had no clue. So this logo I used to see at the end of every Bunyad episode. So I said, Ramesh Sippy is calling me. So let me apply. So then I met Naganand Kumar, who I fondly call Naga. He's my mentor in advertising. So he told me, yes, he said he'd come and spend 6 months with me. This was like we were guinea pigs for Mica. Mica started much later. So I didn't have any clue. I didn't even know there was an advertising agency. So I said, come, 6 months, 1 year, then you can meet Ramesh Sippy. That's how I was conned into. I was conned into advertising.
Okay.
I realized, I said, nice, yeah. We were sitting in the house, watching movies, good stuff. Then even in advertising, it was all about, I always used to think, how would I make my first movie? Who would give me money? And here there were people coming with a lot of money and saying, give me ideas, give me ideas, give me ideas. So it's still nice stories. People are giving money for nice stories. So I started enjoying advertising like that, and I got addicted to it completely. So then suddenly one idea for a film happened.
How would you compare the box office collection game to the television rating game?
So, you know, the ratings in Indian entertainment are governed by two bodies. Initially, I mean, just now recently BARC has taken over, but TAM was the other kind of platform that actually was giving you what we know as TRP, which is based on little boxes in, across the country, 4,000 or 5,000, which I was finding personally an unfair means of actually gauging the show's
Especially for the
success.
genre that...
Now for English,
let
let me tell you, for English entertainment, you cannot use these boxes because those are skewed towards heartland India. And we're talking about high-end and, of course, deep-end urban viewership. So there is no way of really tabulating, so you can actually gauge the success of it, not by the ratings, but the noise they create. Like Coffee with Karan made a lot of noise. You know, it was not to do with the fact that it rated or it got whatever. You know,
but
it was
noise
made a lot of...
on social media. And
everywhere around. You
YouTube
can
and
feel
stuff.
the buzz of a show. You know, you feel it. Like you just feel the energy. You have to gauge it by that. And also there are, of course, indicators. There are numbers that you'll get. But you know when a show is viewed and watched. So I hope that there is a new platform that will possibly account for something like Colors Infinity. Because eventually this is the future. And I think they're pioneers. You know, Colors Infinity are pioneering in a strong movement that there are going to be lots of Me Too's, 3s, 4s and 44s for. You know, there will be lots of emulation that will result post the success. And I believe in the success of
So you say
Colors
box
Infinity.
office collection, calculating that is more your forte than television ratings? Or?
No, my forte is not to calculate anything because I'm not a chartered accountant, I'm a filmmaker. I make movies, and even here in this case I'm co-curating it, you know. I'm not going to sit with a balance sheet. I don't do that for my films. Of course it's important to understand the commerce behind the art form of things, but eventually it's really about putting out great content. I try to do that as a filmmaker, and my endeavor is to do the same even as a co-curator for Colors Infinity.
Talking about you as a filmmaker, how do you manage the balance sheet at Dharma, because you have to build your reputation. That's creative success as well as commercial success. So at the end of the year, when you look at your balance sheet, how do you work at making sure you meet both? Considering that all producers now want to talk about, crossing the 100 crore mark in box office collections.
I think there's much. I think crossing the 100 crore mark is a very last season comment to make.
It's 200 crores.
Well, it's not even 200 crores. It's just that it's cost to profit.
Yeah.
You know,
because a lot of people believe that filmmaking is very profitable, but actually it's not.
No, actually the growth has been stunted in the recent past, and I think that there was a 12.5% decline even in footfalls in the last 2 years. There was definitely an increase from the year 2007 when we started tabulating box office by net figures. So we got an indication. But eventually the growth actually is not to the extent of what is reported, and that's largely due to the footfall depletion is largely due to the infrastructure that cinemas have. You know, because the exhibitors can't go beyond the 5,000 or 7,000 screen count in our country, whereas countries like China are growing like 10 times every year. You know, we're just combating red tape, bureaucracy, and kind of putting out new cinemas across the country. So we are suffering on that, which is why two films cannot absorb a release on the same date. Two large films will have to kind of suffer. So we are actually combating those issues. So our growth is stunted. It's definitely something that needs to be addressed. Budgets need to be controlled. So when you say 100 crores, sometimes a film that does 100 crores could still be a failure.
Yeah, because they probably spent 120 crores in
exactly.
making it.
So 100 crores, to say that would be illiteracy to just speak about 100 crores, because it actually is all about cost to profit. Just like Piku is a cost to profit victory. Tanu Weds Money is literally Tanu Weds Money is really like a cost to profit huge victory. Two states again a 23 crore budget film does 100 net at the box office, great cost to profit victory. But when a huge ass movie does like 100 crores, then it may not be right for the budget.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all our content on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back same time next week with more fun-filled and action-packed countdown to 2016.